Now we have find each product, which means we are multiplying. I'm going to distribute 6 times a 1 is 6 with a total of 1, 2n. So I'm going to say that it is squared. Then I distribute it again. 6 times a positive 4 is a positive 24 with only 1 n. Four times 2 is 8 with only 1 n. 4 times 6 is a positive 24. Seven times 5 is 35 with only 1 n. 7 times negative 2 is a negative 14. 5 times 2 is 10 with only 1 b. 5 times a positive 1 is a positive 5. Now it gets a little bit harder because when I see these two parentheses, that means that the n has to go to both and the 8 has to go to both. So if I have n times n, that means I have squared, I have 2 of them. N times a negative 5 is negative 5 times n. So I've distributed n, now I have to describe negative 8 and n put together is negative 8n. Negative 8 times a negative 5 is a positive 40. Then don't forget, because these are like terms, I can combine them. N squared minus 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13n plus 40 is my solution. Three times 3 is 9 with 2 b's, which means it is squared. 3 times negative 3 is a negative 9 with only 1 b. Negative 6 and a positive 3 is negative 18 with only 1 b. Negative 6 times a negative is a positive. 6 times 3 is 18. And there's no b's on those last two. Combine like terms, we get 9b squared minus 8. 27b plus 18. 3 times 6 is 18 and squared because there are 2 of them. 3 times a negative 5 is negative 15 with 1 n. Negative times a positive is negative 6 with 1 n. Negative times negative is positive 5. Combine like terms. 18. Alright, so we have 18n squared minus 15 and 6 make a negative 21n plus 5. Distribute the 5v. 5 times 5 is 25v squared because there's 2. 5 times 6 is a negative 30 with only 1v. Now I distribute this positive 6, which makes a positive 30 with 1v. 6 times negative 6 is negative 36. Combine like terms, a negative and a positive 30 cancel out. 25v squared minus 36 is our simplified answer for multiplying the product. Factor the common factor out of each expression. So I'm going to try and break down my factors. Multiples of 3 would be 3 times 1, so 3 with 4 n's. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus multiples of 10 would be 2 times 5 with 3 n's. 2 times 3 with 2 n's. Plus 5 times n. Now, see how this one has a 3 and that one has a 3? I still cannot take it out because every single piece, every single term separated by that plus sign has to have that number. So not all of them have a 3, but they all have one n that I can take out. So if I take out an n, all that's left is the 3n to the third plus 10n squared plus 6n plus 5. I can break down this one. 8, 20, and 14 both have, let's see, well 4 go into 8, 4 goes into 20, but 4 doesn't go into 14. So I'm going to try 2's. 2 will go into all of them. Negative 2 times 4 with 3 n's. 2 times 10 with an n. 2 times 7. They all have a 2 on each term. There is nothing else that matches, so I take out a 2. Negative 4n cubed plus 10n minus 7 is our solution. Now I have 7b minus 7 with 2 b's. I can take a b away. I can also take a 7 out. When I take this whole piece out, I can't put a 0 because that would mean that nothing was there. So I have to put 1 as a placeholder to tell me that there used to be a 7b there minus 1b left over. 20, 20, 20, and 36. Let's see what goes into all of those. 2, 4, let's try 4. 4 times 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 r's minus 4 times 5 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minus 4 times 5 with 1, 2, 3, 4 r's plus 4 times 9, 1, 2, 3. We can take out the 4's. Now some of us would want to go through and circle the 5's, but this last term does not have a 5, so I can't circle them. But I can circle my r's, and I can circle a total of 3 because that's the minimum amount that I have. So I can circle 3 r's. Perfect. So I have 4r cubed, and left over is 5r cubed minus 5r squared minus 5r plus 9. 3, 24, 12, and 27. So I have a 3 with 5 u's and 2 v's plus, let's do 3 times 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, minus 3 times 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 u's, plus 3 times 9, 1, 2, 3, 4 u's. So I can take out the 3's, and I can take out a total of 4 u's. So I took out 4 u's, which means that I have u v squared plus 8 u squared minus 4 u plus 9. 7, 6, and 3. 7 is prime, so it cannot simplify. 1, 2, 3, 4 x's and 3 y's plus 2 times 3x, 1, 2, 3, 4 y's plus 3 with 2 x's and 1 y. Each of them have 1 y, and I can take out 2 x's. So I have 2 x's and a y taken out. 7x squared y squared plus 2 times 3 is 6 y cubed plus 3. Done. And that's how you factor out the GCF.